Hey there, ladies and gentlemen, Jens Davidson here again. So this is a video that I've been wanting to do for quite a long time, and that is how to properly care for your boots. So boots are obviously important. They protect your feet and keep them warm. These are steel toe. They protect things from falling on them. And if you take care of them, they last a very long time. These boots are 10 years old, and it's been a while since I've cleaned them. It's kind of a multi-part process where we start out by getting all the dirt off of the boots with just plain water and a brush, and then we lather up very liberally saddle soap. So I use Red Wing saddle soap because these are Red Wing boots. I've been a huge fan of Red Wing for a very long time. And then we leave that lather on the boots overnight, and then the next day buff it with a light cloth, and then there's a couple of treatment steps that I take. So we're going to go ahead and get started. And these are covered in sawdust from working on this massive table project that I finally finished for Mother's Day. So that's really no big deal. Let's go ahead and get started. So the boots are clean, all the dirt is off of them. So now we're going to very liberally lather up the boots with saddle soap. But reading the instructions on this can, it says to dampen a cloth or a sponge and rub lightly over soap to produce a lather and apply lather to leather surface. I tried that and I didn't get anywhere near as good of a lather as I do with this cheap shaving brush. I think it's like $4 or $5 at Walgreens, so totally worth it. See that? You're not going to get that with a sponge or a rag. That's perfect right there. And all we're doing is we're just going to liberally coat this boot everywhere, especially in here. A lot of stress, often neglected. And once this one's coated, we're going to set it outside of the sink tub, not outside in the weather. Just going to set it on the floor overnight, and then tomorrow morning we'll come back to it. Alright, that one's done. And we'll get the left boot. Getting a good lather is a balance of water and soap. Too much water and the lather will be super thin. Too much soap, it'll be super dry and it won't spread well. Like this is a tiny bit too dry, so it's a little more water. That's looking better. But anyway, this is how the boots are going to be left overnight. And at this point, I'm going to stop filming and go watch a movie. Well, hey there, ladies and gentlemen, we're back. Here's the boots after drying overnight. So I'm going to start out with a brush. If you ever want to take care of your boots, this is a phenomenal tool to have. Simple horsehair brush. They're not terribly expensive, but they are very, very effective. Alright. Leather feels nice and moist again. Let's get our conditioner on there. So I'm starting with this stuff, Ashland leather Tanner's Blend. So if you've never heard of Ashland Leather, they are a sort of a subsidiary of Horween Leather, Horween. And if you know anything about leather, they are one of the foremost premium leather makers in the entire world. And they are right in Chicago. I used to live very close to their tanning factory. The leather that they make really is second to none. If you've ever felt Horween leather with your hands, it is like nothing else. These boots are not made with Horween leather, but there are some. I don't think Red Wing makes any, but some boot makers use Horween leather, and it's in a league of its own. But I am using their conditioner to begin with on these boots, and it's simply just rub it on very liberally and buff it, but instead of buffing it, we're going to add my second conditioner on there instead, on top. We need to focus on stress points of the leather, which as you walk you bend your toes, right? Well, consequently there's a lot of stress right where the toe bends, and I can see some pretty decent cracking going on there, which I don't like to see. It's not all the way through, but still I don't like it. So we want to make sure we try and nip that in the bud to keep it from getting any worse. Ultimately what that means is I should be doing this more often than I do. Doesn't that look beautiful? We've gotten at least 10 years out of these boots. These were given to me by my father. He retired from the railroad, and they had a boot voucher program just like my current employer has. And his last year there, he obviously was eligible because he'd been with that railroad company for 35 years. He took advantage of the boot voucher and gave the boots to me. We wear the same size, so worked out great for me. I got a free pair of boots that are otherwise about 250 bucks. And I've gotten 10 years of use out of them. I haven't been easy on them either. But I have been good to them. I had a pair of these boots just like them, same model. That were my dad's old boots. He had worn them. They weren't brand new when he gave them to me. And I did not take care of them like I'm caring for these. And there was a time when I needed to get the sole replaced. So I took the boots to Red Wing, and they took one look at the top leather. So basically all the leather that I'm treating right here, they took one look at it and they're like, no, we can't help you there. The leathers are too worn out. It's not going to be worth it for us to put another sole on there. Those boots aren't going to last. And so I was kind of upset at that because it meant I had to buy a new pair of boots. Well, I didn't, because Dad ended up saving the day with these. But what that taught me was I need to do a better job of taking care of them. And so I've done that with these, and I've gotten these resold 3 times, I think. And every time that I've gone to get them resold, I made sure that I cleaned them right before I went and took them to Red Wing. Kind of like brushing your teeth right before you go to the dentist. And when I brought them to Red Wing, they're like, wow, those look great. How old are they? 3, 4, 6, 8 years, however old they were when I brought them. and they were just very happy to see how well cared for they were, and so there was no question of them replacing the soles. So this right here is some very happy leather. This looks beautiful. And this is what we're using. Red Wing All Natural Boot Paste, a blend of pine pitch, mink oil, and beeswax. Moisturizes well-worn leather. Moisturizes and restores well-worn leather. So, it's done me quite a bit of good over the years. And now what we're going to do with these boots is we're going to leave them and just let this moisturizer soak in. I'm not going to wear these today. Today's actually a Tuesday. I took the day off because I just had a pretty significant job interview to be an analytical chemist for a radioactive pharmaceutical company, which went very well. They're going to make an offer. So that is stinking exciting. I got the day off, figured I'm not going to waste it. I got some work to do outside. I got to water my garden. I got to mow the lawn. And so, figured I'll bring you guys along for this bit. And tomorrow when I go back to work, I'll be wearing these. And they'll be a lot shinier and prettier than they were yesterday when I went to work. And I should add that my current employer is, they're going to be issuing a voucher so that I can take these to Red Wing and get new soles put on. So before I begin my new career as an analytical chemist, I'll have some brand new, free, resold Red Wings here. Ready to last another 3 years. This looks pretty good. So that's it. So, the only step remaining is to, again, leave that. Leave them overnight for the moisturizer here to soak in. And then I will brush these up and we'll be good to go. Alright, we're back. So this is not the day after I cleaned and conditioned them, but probably a couple days after at this point because I've been a little busy. So I'll just walk you through the process of brushing them up and you'll see, frankly, how beautiful they look afterwards. Again, this is a simple horsehair brush. And you don't have to be super aggressive with them. You should already be able to see, I certainly can, how the sheen has improved along the side here. And after, you can definitely see some reflection there. I think I mentioned earlier in this video that I had a job interview. Well, I landed it. So that is awesome. I've got a new job coming up as an analytical chemist for a radioactive pharmaceutical company developing treatments for heart disease and cancer patients to make their lives a little easier. The battery's almost dead, but I'm going to try and brush the other one here on camera. There you have it. Only takes a few minutes to brush up your boots, but the result is absolutely beautiful. Well worth it. Let's get yourself one of these. Rollin shoe care. I just bought it at a boot store years ago, probably 2015. But my boots are looking gorgeous now. Alright, thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. There's going to be plenty more videos coming out because I got a whole lot of hobbies, and the goal is to kind of bring you guys along. So, we'll see you on the next video.